Hello, and welcome to another episode of So Tell Us Time, where Troy and Trevor Howard help businesses maneuver through the ups and the downs, the highs and the lows.
You're really trying out some new intros.
Today's intro is brought to you by Skeeter on the Sound. He suggested doing a very monotone and low-key intro for some laughs, some giggles. He was correct. Troy is giggling over there.
There we go.
This one goes out to you, Skeeter on the Sound. Hey everybody, welcome. It's another So Tell Us Time. That's actually a pretty good sounding voice. I could probably read a book like that or something.
You probably could. Yeah.
Totally get away with it. They'd be like, this is like a professional. I should get on Fiverr and start doing the different voices that I have. Be like, what are you looking for? What kind of voice do you need? Oh, you want me to impersonate your wife? Exactly, right? All right. Enough goofing around. It's not like it's the holidays or something. It's not like our minds are all in different places thinking about gifts and Santa Claus, fat men in red suits. Today on So Tell Us Time, we're going to be talking about giving back. And this is the time in the season, right? This is the time and season for giving. This is when most of our minds are on giving back, right? But today we're going to talk a little bit differently about giving back. In fact, one of the ways, we have multiple ways that you can give back. One of the ways is going to even save you money. Yeah. Which is actually really cool. Save your business money, your company money. So this is going to be a fun one. Giving back. By the way, Christmas is on Saturday. Merry Christmas, everyone. Hope you're all excited. Hope you're all prepared, that you've done all of your shopping.
Yep. Don't
forget about your spouse. He or she would be very upset about that.
Yes.
If you did not have that gift that they want, I'm sure they've said things over the years.
Jeez.
I've got a whole slew of voices, guys. You don't even know. I mean, maybe next year to start the year off, maybe like every episode will be a different voice.
Oh, no. You'll be doing those ones by yourself.
Troy's just going to walk out in the middle of the episode. I can't stand this anymore. I can't take it anymore. All right. Troy, before I jump into like my, Spock impression.
Jeez.
My Star Trek impression. I'm giving it all she's got, Captain. I'm going to let Troy take over. All right, guys. Giving back. Here we go.
All right. We're going to talk about several different ways that you can be giving back with your business or through your business. So one of the things you can do is your employees. Did you have a holiday party this year, or have you scheduled one upcoming this week? So what are you doing this year for your holiday party? How excited, let me ask you this one. How excited is your team about it?
Oh my
because over the last couple of decades, being in different companies, I can honestly say there's some holiday parties that I was like, why do I have to go to this thing?
Before we owned our own businesses and I worked for other people, some of the parties were horrible. It was like you weren't even looking forward. You know what you were looking forward to is that the party ended at 2 and you got to go home.
Yeah.
Like it was like a half day that day.
Exactly.
I mean, that was the worst. In fact, Troy, what was the gift that they gave, one of the companies gave one year? What did they give again?
I was literally just thinking about that story.
I can't even believe this.
It was the worst gift ever. It was... so it was for Christmas. It was the Christmas gift, the Christmas party. And at the Christmas party, everybody got a frozen turkey that was left over from Thanksgiving time. So it was all the turkeys that didn't get sold.
Oh my gosh.
They bought them up, kept them frozen, and gave them to all the gifts. And then the worst part was...
No bonuses, right?
No
there
bonuses.
Was no bonuses that year.
There was no bonuses, just a frozen turkey.
Oh my gosh.
And the worst part was that, in the party, they announced that the company had just bought the CEO of the company, for his bonus, Christmas bonus, they bought him a Maserati.
Yeah, and they had everybody go outside, right?
Yeah.
Didn't they like drive it up and he was all excited and everything? I was like, dude, I'd take a frozen turkey and I would have just like through the windshield.
Yeah. So don't be that person.
Not only did they not get bonuses that year, they only got friggin' frozen turkeys. And Thanksgiving's left over frozen turkeys. Come on.
Yeah. So you want to make sure that your employees are excited about your holiday party, right? So how do you do that? Get their input.
Yeah.
Like in our company, we have our team share ideas of what they would like to do. And we try to make it really, really fun. So last year we went to this place called Jake's Unlimited.
Yep.
And it was like unlimited food and video games and laser tag and bowling. And it was like just this giant fun center.
We have a bunch of guys that work at the company. I mean, go back 10 years, like I've said before, go back 10 years and it was a bunch of girls working here.
Yeah.
Now it's a bunch of guys. And so what do they want to do? I want to play freaking video games.
Yeah,
and they're
laser
all
tag.
under 30 too. Troy and I are like old farts. These guys are all under 30. They want to play laser tag and video games, you know?
But that's what we did because that's what they wanted to do.
And you know what's funny is I have to say, from what they choose to do and what I propose to you all the time, every year, I feel like, and then we end up taking it to them and saying, well, what would you guys like to do? I swear they always pick stuff that are way cheaper than what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, hey, let's take the guys out to like, and their spouses out to like Steak 44, and like, you're talking thousands and thousands of dollars, and then these guys instead, they're like, hey, the new Spider-Man movie's coming out. What if we go to the Megaplex and we see it on the big screen with all the stuff and the popcorns and all that, and they're like, you don't even have, in fact, they're like, you don't even have to get us like snacks or anything. And we're like, I think we can afford to get you snacks.
Yeah.
Because what I was going to do was going to cost us like $5,000, $10,000.
We'll
you
stop
want
at
is like $100.
the Dollar Tree and let you pick out a snack on the way.
50 cents max.
So, but anyways, it's fun for them. It's something that they look forward to.
They're happy to do it. It's cheaper and yet than what we were choosing.
Yes.
And yet they are so excited about it.
Absolutely. All right. So holiday party, if you haven't done it, come up with something, get it done. If you've already done it this year and it was a flop, we can start thinking about what you're going to do next year.
Yeah.
Make it right. Okay.
Right.
Other thing is bonuses. Do you give out bonuses? We always do year-end bonuses in our company, and we base those on each employee's efforts during the past year. So they know that if they work really, really hard all year long, then they're going to get a better bonus than if they didn't work as hard and they didn't meet their deadlines and didn't do what they were supposed to do. So it's just another way for us to reward them.
Yeah.
And especially during a time of year when they're spending more money anyways.
Absolutely.
Because they're, buying stuff for their families for Christmas. Another thing is gifts. Like maybe you don't have the money to do a big party. Maybe you don't have, you can't give out a lot in bonuses, but you can do gifts, and especially you could give out thoughtful gifts.
Yes. Don't
It,
just blanket it with some crap that you buy. Don't get them frozen turkeys.
yeah, exactly.
Think about each employee and look at what it is they enjoy. If we've got a bunch of guys in here that are into bodybuilding, and things like that. So it's like, okay, great. All I have to do is, 3 times a day, it's called dry scooping. They're taking this powder crap and they're scooping it into their mouth. Then they just
they're not snorting it up their nose. Let's just clarify.
Yeah, they're not dry snorting it. They're dry scooping it. But then they just like try to swallow it. And I think they take a little sip of water with it. I don't know what the benefit to that is. I guess it hits the system faster. I don't know why they need to hit the system so fast, but again, all I have to do is walk out there and I can see what kind of supplements they're doing, and I can go and purchase that supplement and give it to that specific person. There's some people that they like decor for their desk, they like whatever it is, and you can just pay attention. It's very easy to pick out for these guys, of course. It's like they wear the same kind of brand shirts and stuff like that. So it's like, dude, I could pick out a shirt for them, no problem. So anyway, it's things like that. Just be specific.
Yeah, if you personalize it, you can, you don't have to spend a ton of money if it's a personalized gift, right? Because the fact that you know them is going to make up the difference.
Yeah, like one of the guys loves Stance socks. I don't know, my kids wear them too.
Yeah.
But they're like $20. And so it's so expensive for socks, but it's not expensive gift for Christmas or bonus, if that's what that's going to be, if that's what the company can afford to do. You know, so again, just be intentional.
All right, next one. Your spouses, family, or partners, anybody outside of the business that supports you.
Yeah, how many spouses do they have?
I don't know. We just throw it out there. You never know these days. So it might be, like I said, it might be spouses. It might be family members that are supporting you. It might be
might be your wife. It might be your girlfriend. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Could
Your
be
wife and
friends.
your girlfriend.
Anything. So, think about those people that have supported you throughout the year with your business, and what can you do for them? It might be a monetary gift, like we're talking about. It might just be a nice dinner.
Absolutely.
Going out and having a nice dinner. Or it may be that they just want you to take some time off during these holidays and actually spend it with them.
Yeah, totally.
So a lot of times that it is worth way more than any monetary thing you can buy.
Yeah.
So
like Vicky Jean, Troy's wife, for instance, loves time.
Yes.
My wife, Chelsea, she loves time, but more so than that, with our 5 kids going in 50 different directions, she loves my presence, being there to assist.
Yeah.
So it means the world to her if I take off time from work and then help. So I'm taking kids and running them around and doing all this stuff, So it's not that necessarily she even needs time with me. She does love that, but she loves help.
Yeah.
So
but that's good that you recognize that, because a lot of times we go, oh, well, I'm going to take a couple of days off and then we're going to go off and we're going to play.
Yeah.
And we're going to totally disrupt our spouse's routine and everything they got going on. And we think we're being awesome.
Yeah.
By look what I'm doing. But really, what if they could tell us what they wanted, if they did tell us what they wanted, they would say, no, I just want you to help out.
Yeah, and she does. Trust me. She just tells me what she wants. She's like, do it.
Yeah, there you go. So, but that's you paying attention to what really matters.
Correct.
So make sure you do that. And then clients. And again, this is something that you can write off on your taxes. This is something that you can, if you got some extra profit that you don't want to pay taxes on, that you want to, spend, taking care of your clients. So, do you send anything to your top clients? It might be gifts, cards, baskets, swag from your company, nice shirts, jackets, whatever, sending it out to your top clients.
Yeah.
These are great ways to write off, those expenses, but also show your top clients that you care.
Yes.
And build those relationships.
Absolutely.
All right. And then the final one I want to talk about is charities. Are there any organizations that you could give to that would make a difference in people's lives?
Yes. This is an awesome one.
So I know Trevor was just telling me you just went to, I think it's called the Giving Machine.
Yeah, and you and if you've never heard of it, it's these machines, almost like vending machines.
Yeah.
Where they're outside, you go up and it has all these different things, cards, and they'll tell you what they're for. So my family, we gave chickens, and it's usually for people who are in third world countries, right? So we bought chickens for someone. It's going to purchase them some chickens so they can lay some eggs. We bought a bicycle. We bought, my son was really adamant that we needed to buy this one card that was going to give veterans
Okay.
some help if they were disabled. It would help donate to disabled veterans, as well as veterans that have are suffering with PTSD, and get them counseling, things like that. And so it was just all these different things. It could be blankets. I mean, it was literally food and housing for a week.
Wow.
For homeless people. And so anyways, you can just simply Google the Giving Machine, and they're all over the country.
Yeah.
And 100% of your donation goes to these things. I mean, it's awesome. It's a really good way to give back. And so that's a good one, charity. And again, with charities, it's a tax write-off.
Yeah, exactly. And that's really important. I love that you said 100% goes to, because we did the Giving Machine last year. And it's awesome because my kids, we actually had them save up their money, and then they went, and my daughter's like, look, I'm going to buy a bunch of chickens for a family, and it was great to know that every dollar she donated
Yes.
was actually going to help people out and not to any administration.
That's right. Well, and I told Troy, I said, when we walked up, we told our kids, hey, listen, we're going to spend a few $100s here for sure. So everybody has a limit, and here's your limit.
Yeah.
And it was funny because my one son, who was very adamant about it, and I'm proud of him for being adamant and wanting to do this, especially, I mean, he straight up said, we have a lot of military people in our family and former military people in our family, and I really want to donate to this. And we said, okay, but that's above your limit. And he's like, well, and he was kind of getting frustrated. And I said, listen, you mow the lawn and you get paid $10 a week to mow the lawn and edge and pull weeds and I think pick up dog poop. So I said, if you'd like to donate your next 5 times, 5 weeks of your work, I will cover the cost. For now, I'll pay for it now, but you'll earn it back. And he was like, absolutely. And he was so excited to do that. That's great. Yep. So it was a good way. It was a good experience for my kids too, which is super cool, including my kids in this whole giving back situation.
Awesome. So charities, definitely look at the different charities out there. Look at what you could give to, talk to your tax accountant and figure out the best way to be able to write these things off so that you can do some good before the end of the year and get the benefit of the tax write-offs as well.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, gosh, we all know we get taxed out the wazoo. So if they give us a way to write some of it off, do it. It's funny, I've been watching these reels on Instagram. If you're not following us on Instagram, search So Tell Us Time on Instagram and you will find us. But it's funny because it's this reel where they're like, that's a tax write-off. And another person's like, that's a tax write-off? And they're like, yeah, that's a tax write-off. And they're like, really? What's a tax write-off? Well, it's where you buy it, but then you write it off so the government gives you the money back. And they're like, really? That's how it works? And they're like, yeah. And they're like, well, who pays for it? And they're like, nobody. It's written off. And I'm like, yeah, that's not really how it works. So,
exactly.
But your tax guy can tell you, because we are not tax people and we're not giving you tax advice. We're telling you to talk to your tax guy to do all this. Yeah?
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Hey, let's jump into the homework. This week, find a way to give back to someone, whether it's within your organization, within your family, or within a charity, and do it before the end of the year.
Yeah.
Do it so that you can, again, and talk to your tax guy. Do it so you can get some of that tax write-off if you can. If you can't, okay, no big deal.
That's right.
That's fine.
You're doing good.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I'm just going to throw one more out there, and giving back is also serving.
Yes.
If you can get out there and serve, yeah, this doesn't have to do with money. This doesn't have to do with tax write-offs or anything like that. But if you can get out there and serve, my wife has already scheduled us to go and do this Feed My Starving Children. I'm sure most of you have heard of it, or a lot of you have. It's a great one. You go and you actually work at this little factory and you're packaging up the food that's getting sent out to these different places and people. And then at the end, it shows you like, hey, you actually boxed enough food to feed X amount of people. It's really cool.
Yeah.
So I'll just throw that out there. It has nothing to do with money, nothing to do with saving you money, but it is an amazing thing to do. So let's do it. It's the end of the year. It's Christmas. And now is the time to be thinking about people and things like that. And then let's just roll that on the way through next year. Let's just keep serving and giving. Yeah.
All right.
All right, guys. Thanks for following us. Thanks for listening to us. Jump on Facebook and search for So Tell Us Time. Jump on Instagram and search for So Tell Us Time. Get on YouTube and search So Tell Us Time or So Tell Us. Either one on any place will yield the results you're looking for, which is us, obviously. And then share it with your friends and family. Again, our YouTube has been growing like crazy this year. We just started, really going after it this year, and it's really been growing. So check us out on YouTube. It's a lot more fun to watch us than just listen to us. I understand for all of my service providers that are in their vehicles, this is a good thing to sit and listen to while you drive.
Yeah,
around.
don't watch us while you're driving.
Yeah, because you may end up watching us from a hospital bed after you crash. All right, guys, have a sensational Christmas. We will talk to you next week, right before the new year. That'll be exciting. Can you believe it? The year is over.
Yep.
All right, talk to you guys later. Have a sensational day. Bye.